The bells have stopped ringing. The students have all gone home. But something inside these schools never left. Our first stop, El Paso High School, Texas. Known as the Lady on the Hill, this imposing structure has watched over the city for more than a century. Its grand columns and sweeping staircases are beautiful by day, but at night, the school transforms into something else entirely. Beneath its grand architecture, a chilling legend endures, a phantom girl forever waiting on a balcony. Locals call her the Lady on the Hill. Some say she appears in a flowing white dress, gazing out over the city, her face lost in shadow. The story goes that, decades ago, a heartbroken student took her own life here. Her sorrow, they say, still echoes through the halls. Teachers and students have reported seeing her silhouette in the auditorium balcony or catching a glimpse of her in mirrors and windows. In 1985, a class photo captured a mysterious figure, unidentified but matching the ghost's description. The image still circulates among students today. Some nights, custodians hear whispers and crying in the basement tunnels. Doors slam shut, lights flicker, and cold spots appear without warning. One former student recalls, "I felt a hand on my shoulder, but when I turned, no one was there." Another describes hearing a girl's voice calling their name from an empty classroom. Staff members, too, have stories. Footsteps echoing after hours, the sound of lockers slamming, and the feeling of being watched. The Lady on the Hill is not the only spirit said to linger here. Some speak of a shadowy figure in the old gym, and a child's laughter echoing in the stairwells. Local legends say the school was built on ancient ground, and that the land itself holds secrets. Some believe the lady is a guardian, protecting students from darker forces. The haunting has become part of the school's identity. Students dare each other to call her name, and some refuse to enter certain rooms after dark. The local news has covered unexplained events, security footage of lights turning on and off, and objects moving on their own. For some, the lady is a warning. For others, a symbol of the past refusing to be forgotten. Next, we travel to Idaho, to a place where the past refuses to rest, Pocatello High School. Built in 1892 and rebuilt after a devastating fire in 1914, its red brick walls have witnessed over a century of triumph, tragedy, and unexplained phenomena. By day, it's a bustling center of learning. But as night falls, the atmosphere shifts. Shadows lengthen, and the air grows heavy with secrets. Security cameras have captured chilling footage. Shadowy figures gliding across corridors, vanishing into locked classrooms, lights flickering with no one around. The most famous legend is that of a young girl who died after a failed pact. Her spirit is said to cry from the lockers, her presence felt by students late at night. Teachers and janitors have reported hearing their names whispered in empty corridors, footsteps echoing behind them, and doors slamming shut with no explanation. The gym and theater are hotspots for activity. Investigators have recorded voices urging them to run, and a playful spirit named Martha is said to move props and turn off lights. One chilling account comes from a drama teacher who, while locking up after rehearsal, saw a shadow dart across the stage and heard a girl's laughter echo from the balcony. Students tell stories of cold spots in the science wing, lockers rattling on their own, and seeing faces in the windows after dark. In 2014, a viral video showed a translucent figure gliding through the halls. The footage was analyzed by experts, but no explanation was found. Some believe the school is a crossroads for restless spirits. Sorrow, mischief, and a darker, imposing presence all converge here. Staff members have found old photographs mysteriously moved and school memorabilia rearranged overnight, as if unseen hands are trying to send a message. Paranormal investigators have spent countless nights here, using EMF meters, infrared cameras, and digital recorders to capture evidence of the unexplained. One investigator recalls, "I felt a sudden chill, and my equipment went dead. Then, a voice whispered my name from the darkness." For the students and staff of Pocatello, the haunting is more than a story. It's a lived reality. Some refuse to enter certain rooms after sunset. Others leave offerings in the hope of appeasing the spirits. The emotional toll is real. Fear, curiosity, and a sense of awe linger in the halls. For some, the spirits are protectors. For others, a warning. This is Pocatello High, where history haunts every step and the shadows are never empty. Our final stop, Rica High School, Georgia, a place where the past is never truly buried. Built atop a forgotten pauper's graveyard, its foundations rest on unmarked graves, hundreds of souls lost to time. The land's history is dark, unmarked graves disturbed, spirits restless and searching for peace. Local legend says that when the school was built, workers unearthed bones and tattered clothing. Some refused to return after seeing shadowy figures at the edge of the construction lights. Apparitions in old-fashioned clothes wander the halls, their confusion and anger palpable. Teachers have reported seeing a woman in a faded dress weeping by the stairwell. Students whisper about a boy in suspenders who vanishes when approached, and a cold hand that grabs ankles beneath classroom desks. The theater is especially active. Equipment moves on its own, voices echo, and a shadowy figure watches from the back row. One drama teacher recalls locking up after rehearsal, only to hear a child's laughter and see stage curtains sway with no wind. In the gym, basketballs roll across the floor at night, and the scoreboard lights up with no one around. Custodians refuse to work alone after dark. Local legend tells of a hanging tree, its pain and suffering now part of the school grounds. Some say they hear creaking branches and distant cries on windy nights. The spirits here aren't tied to the school, but to the land itself. Hundreds of forgotten souls demanding to be remembered. Teachers and students experience chairs moving, cold spots, and overwhelming dread. One student describes seeing a pale face reflected in a window, only to find the room empty. A former principal tells of finding old photographs rearranged on his desk and hearing footsteps echoing in empty corridors long after midnight. Rica's haunting is a plea for peace from the forgotten dead, a reminder that some stories refuse to fade and some voices will not be silenced. We've walked the haunted halls of El Paso, witnessed Pocatello's restless spirits, and stood on Rica's disturbed graves. These aren't just stories. They're lived experiences, echoing through generations. These schools are more than buildings. They're containers of intense energy, amplifying human emotion. The spirits that remain are echoes of real people, trapped in a loop they can't escape. The bells still ring, but every night, something else walks the halls. Subscribe for more real horror stories. And next time you hear a whisper in an empty hallway, don't turn around.